who's one, club or player that you would like to work with your skill set, and what would you help them improve?
I love this question. I mean, I would like to think I could help any team in the world with improve their processes, but I think, it's a good question. Two teams, probably Lahore Calendars and PSL, and RCB. I think one of your previous guests listened to some old podcasts. They picked RCB as well, so maybe it might be quite a popular answer. I mean, Lahore, for example, they came bottom of the PSL every season until this year, and obviously that wasn't even a complete season either. So taking a team from the bottom to the top would be an awesome project, and I actually don't think it would be that tough, because their pace bowling attack's got the potential to be incredible. But in my opinion, they kind of need to do a lot of work on their overseas recruitment with regards to overseas batsmen in particular. So, quite a few people have realised that in PSL, focusing on quality above average boundary hitters is as overseas batsmen, and then looking at domestic bowlers just makes complete sense based on the resources available in the market. Yeah. And, it wouldn't be that difficult to generate a short list of overseas batsmen for them. So set up a few database filters, models some expected data, and I think that they'll be able to improve them quite a lot. RCB, just purely because I can't understand how they haven't realised after all this time that spending a high percentage of their team budget on batsmen is usually a really bad strategy. It wouldn't be that tough, for example, to identify a few death bowlers who would really improve them. I think that's something that they've really struggled with over recent years. And also they don't bowl enough spin. I mean, we spoke about that in Chennai previously, but I mean, spin is more economical than pace at almost every venue in the IPL. And also it takes wickets at a reasonably comparable balls per wicket rate as well. So while we can argue about the long-term implications of this, it can be quite cyclical in terms of the sort of spin and pace balance, if you like. For example, if teams start bowling more and more spin, then there's going to be the potential for a sharp increase in the value of batsmen who are strong scorers against spin to counter that, or batsmen are just going to try and self-improve so that they can ensure that they can compete in more of a kind of spin-friendly background. But at the moment, the RCB just don't bowl enough spin currently. So we're talking about a current problem, and that's something that they probably need to address. And a lot of teams in recent years are really upping their percentage of spin bowled to really good effect. So we mentioned CSK, also like Guyana Amazon Warriors in Caribbean Premier League, Lancashire in England in the T20 Blast. But RCB have actually dropped their spin percentage of balls bowled in the last few seasons. So the economy rate at Chinnaswamy, their home ground, is like just over one run and over less for spinners than it is for pacers. So they've got that scope to really bowl a lot of spin. In 2017, they did do that, and they bowled almost 50% of overs bowled by spin. But then this has fallen into the kind of mid 30% in the last 2 years. So they're pretty low numbers for an IPL team over those last 2 years. So, and their team bowling economy as well in 2017 was better than average, but then it's below average in the last 2 years, and that's because they've dropped a lot of the spin overs that they've bowled. So these are quite solvable problems that you can implement with a team really quite straightforwardly to improve them and to hopefully change their fortunes, really.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to check out more of our content, go to sporttechdaily.com or follow us on social media across Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram.